Pole ndugu. Pole sana ndugu.
Now, let us revisit one of the most heartbreaking disasters in the Kenyan history, the Sachangwan fire tragedy, also known as the Mall of Fire. A moment of desperation turned into a national nightmare, leaving behind a grief of ashes and painful lessons that still echo across the country.
It was on a Saturday, January 31st, 2009. A fuel tanker traveling along the Nakuru Eldoret Highway overturned near Sachangwan, a small trading center in Molo. As news spread, hundreds of villagers rushed to the scene, men, women, and children, hoping to collect spilled petrol to sell or use. It was a scene of desperation and poverty. People scooping fuels with jerrycans, cup, and even bare hands. But in an instant, a tragedy struck. A small spark, believed to have come from a cigarette or a vehicle, ignited the fumes. The tanker exploded, engulfing everyone around in a massive ball of fire. The explosion tore through the crowd, burning cars, motorbikes, and people beyond recognition. When the fumes settled, the road was littered with bodies and twisted metals. Over 30 lives were lost, and dozens more suffered horrific burn. Emergency teams from Nakuru, Eldoret, and Nairobi rushed to the scene. Ambulances ferried victims to the nearby hospitals, but many could not survive their injuries. At the Nakuru Provincial Hospital and Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital in Eldoret, doctors worked around the clock to treat the burned and traumatized survivors. Family traveled across the country, searching through wards, morgues, and ashes, hoping to identify their loved ones. Some victims were buried in mass graves near the incident site, their names forever etched across into national memory of sorrow.
Kenya fell silent in grief. Images of the tragedy filled the bulletins. Burned jerrycans, melted shoes, and the haunting sight of black smoke rising over the Rift Valley. Leaders visited the scene, promising investigations and reforms. Churches and community groups held vigils, and the nation asked a painful question: why did this happen?
The Sachangwan fire was not just an accident. It was a reflection of deep social and economic struggles, where poverty drove people to risk their lives for spilled fuel. Experts pointed to weak safety measures, lack of public awareness, and poor emergency preparedness along the Kenya major highways. In the months that followed, new rules were proposed for fuel transport and accident management. But even the years later, similar tragedies have occurred, reminding us that the lesson of Sachangwan must have been forgotten. Today, the along Nakuru Eldoret Highway, a simple memorial mark the site of disaster. Every January 31st, survivors and families gather there, lighting candles, laying flowers, and praying for those who died into the flames. The smoke has cleared, but the memories still burn in the hearts of those who are there.
The Sachangwan fire tragedy remains one of the Kenya's darkest days, a story of pain, humanity, and resilience. From the ashes of loss came a call of value of life, to strengthen safety, and to ensure that desperation never again leads to a disaster.